All right, well, it is that time of year, graduation time, and while the cost of education is soaring, there is a way to ensure that your children and grandchildren are well taken care of, ready to tackle their education without having to worry about paying for it. Joining us now to explain is Northwestern Mutual Wealth Management Advisor Emmett Dupas. Emmett, welcome back.
Thank you for having us again.
Of course. So this is a topic that people have a lot of questions about, right? So
yes,
parents may not know that they can get financial help, especially here in New Orleans with the 529 savings plan.
Yeah, so graduation upon us, May 29th is National 529 Day. And so many states like to market the idea or make really more of an awareness component. Currently in this country, we have $1.5 trillion of student loan debt, which is
That's with a T, right?
That's with a T.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Which is $560 billion more than actual credit card debt. So that's the next big crisis. You're going to hear a lot about it in the next couple of elections in regards to student loans and how do we take care of this. But I think a lot of it really comes back to parents, grandparents trying to plan for their kids and their grandkids' future in regards to their education. So 529 plan, the state of Louisiana has one in which most people don't realize that the state actually matches, depending upon your income levels, that you're able to open up. It's called the Louisiana Start Plan. And so an individual can go to the Louisiana Start Plan website and actually sign up. It is funded with mutual funds that you would then manage and have the diversification that you need. 529 plans, as long as the money's put away for college and used for college expenses, tuition, housing, some other expenses, books, obviously books, that those dollars that have grown come out, actually you can utilize those tax-free and utilize to pay those expenses down the line.
That is so helpful.
They changed the law about 2 years ago to where now it actually covers K through 12 as well. So parents can actually use that to fund, cost of tuition here in New Orleans, a lot of private education here in New Orleans. And so they're able to use that for K through 12 now. And so I think it's very important that in the overall planning, the overall scheme of what we've been talking about for individuals is that this is a big part. Graduation day is a big thing. But for a lot of these parents who use private education, they've got to start paying their tuition loan starting in June or July, a lot earlier for private education. So I think it's a big time to look at that. In addition, there's also financial advisor 529 plans, which cover different states. And that's why I think it's important to try and really get the breadth and depth of all your options.
Definitely. Okay, so that is one option. And then in addition to the 529 savings plan you just discussed, there are other options. We have the custodial count and the education savings account. So let's start with the custodial count.
So prior to the 529 being established many years ago, I believe it was under President Clinton, custodial accounts were the type of account that an individual would set up for their children. With a 529 plan, the parent or grandparent or custodian is the owner of it and the child is the beneficiary. With a custodial account, what's called an UGMA or UTMA, Uniform Gift to Minors Act, those accounts are irrevocable gifts to the child. With a 529 plan, it's just mutual funds available to you. Inside of a custodial account, you can own mutual funds, individual stocks,
so there's more
bonds.
flexibility.
More flexibility, but there's not the tax advantage that the 529 plan has. And so from a gifting standpoint, if grandparents want to gift stock to the child, they can do so, but it's irrevocable. It's taxed when the dollars are taken out.
Gotcha. And then the other
and the educational savings account, it used to be called the Coverdell IRA. It's educational savings account, lesser utilized, lesser known, but still available. It depends upon the child's, the parent's income as to how much actually can be put into that.
I see.
I think quite honestly from the other two standpoints, the 529, the custodial accounts, are more better fitted for most individuals.
Sure. And then the 529 versus the custodial count, I mean, which would you recommend?
I think it's going to come down to the situation, but I think in most cases the 529 options are going to be from a tax perspective, depending upon what you're trying to do. The state offers a match that you're not going to get, similarly maybe a 401k match, but this is a match if you're going to utilize the state, and that's going to depend upon what your income levels are.
Okay, I was going to say, so it's all income, and then of course what you plan on doing with those funds.
Correct.
Okay, so is it ever too late to start saving? I mean, we're talking about having kids in high school already, and oh no, I'm not saving yet.
Yeah, so mine's a junior, so about to start become a senior next year. It's never too late for someone to start that. Fortunately, my wife and I, we started early in the planning for him. But understand that the human capital part, we mentioned the phrase human capital last time, you know, having the money to be able to send your child, whether it be a junior college, whether it be a higher education, TOPS is you know, a big program for the state of Louisiana. You know, there's always issues in regards to potential funding of that. We as a society can't just depend upon TOPS and think that, you know, my child's just brilliant. Sometimes, you know, they're not as brilliant
as you may think, right?
As you may think.
That's true.
But, you know, it's all depending upon your grades. So the human capital, you're investing in that. So you may front a couple of years of tuition or self-finance while the money you've got is continuing to grow. Or you may have a small amount and say, I don't have enough to fund. What does it take, 5 years now to graduate from college?
Hopefully still 4, but who knows?
4, maybe 5, 6 if you're on the longer plan.
Right.
But you may have enough money to cover the first 2 to 3 years, and you can self-finance the last couple of years. And all that comes really back to planning and making sure you've got enough money saved away and put away. Look, we've all got different things again, right? Yesterday was the 30th. You just got paid again, right? And so for the next 2 weeks, the money's going to just disappear, and then you get paid on the 15th. But if you're not systematically trying to figure this out, with an advisor on your own and do this process, you know, we're going to be at this period next year at this time going, oh, I wish I'd have put money away. Oh, I wish I'd put money away.
All right, good tips there, Emmett. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
So to learn more, head to the website that you see on your screen or call 504-620-4801 or head to 111 Veterans Memorial Boulevard, Suite 940 in Metairie.